Sherete. This is going to be a 3-part video because each one will discuss a separate topic, but they're all pretty much intertwined. This first one deals with the idea of the connection between Hellenic Polytheism, that is, worshipping the gods, and things like philosophy, orphism, mysticism, Neoplatonism, etc. I'm actually involved in a very interesting discussion on the Hellenic Polytheistic Community group on Facebook, and we've discussed various things, and ultimately we came around to talking about the role of philosophy in our faith. I personally I do not see the philosophers as being necessary to worshipping the gods, although several people there have said, well, if you don't follow the philosophers, then you're not really following our faith. Which is quite an interesting statement, because so many of us say, well, we don't have an orthopraxy in that this is the right thing to do, or an orthodoxy in that these are the right things to believe. Yet, many do seem to follow these ideas of mysticism and whatnot. Then someone said, well, there was no religion before philosophy, which to me does not make any sense. Now, I will admit that my main interest in Ilava is modern history after the War of Independence. So there are a lot of things when it comes to ancient history that I don't know. But I cannot possibly agree with the fact that there was no religion before philosophy. I mean, the classical era did not have philosophers. This was a later thing. And a lot of people say, well, it's not a mortal invention, it's from the gods. Again, I don't agree with that. I do think that it evolved. Certainly, if you look at the pre-Socratics and then at the later philosophers, you'll find that there is a major difference in how they approach things, in what they say, what types of things they're studying. But there was sort of this common religion versus the religion of the philosophers, and it's almost like Hinduism. There's the common Hinduism, and then there's the one that's followed by the priests and whatnot. And a lot of people were saying, well, why do you want to go back and follow the common faith instead of aspiring to something greater? Well, most of us are not philosophers, and I think that it's very important for religion to be accessible to all. If I had been introduced to Hellenic Polytheism with all of these abstract ideas and notions of the gods, and not all of them even agree with one another. There are so many contradictions. You have different philosophical schools. Even in the mysteries, you have different traditions, and then some of them we don't even know that much about, so we sort of make up our own. And really, it confuses me, and I just don't see the need for it. If you do, please explain why. For those of us like myself who don't, though, now I personally, my morals came from my own experiences and the things I was taught by my family and logic. But what about if we wanted to use religion as sort of a basis for our values? What could we use if we don't use the philosophers? And what do we view as sort of our place in the universe? That is the topic of the next video, which I will post as an answer to this one.